Good morning, everybody. It's the 2nd of October, 2024, and I'm just going to be going to school here pretty soon. It's just before 9 o'clock in the morning, and I'm in the metro underneath Victory Square. So you see what it's like here. And if you guys are watching what's happening out there in the Middle East, it's incredible, you know. Israel, of course, has been taking the liberty of bombing anyone and everyone they feel that they want to. You know, for what reasons? Because they don't like Israel's hegemony over them. You know, and I guess that's a crime. And, you know, well, who's backing Israel? Well, it's the United States. And it reminds me something like of what's going on in Europe. You know, you see such a country as Estonia, and they're threatening Russia. You know, with their great army of 6,000, Estonia, you know, and of course they wouldn't be threatening Russia unless they have the backing of somebody very powerful. It reminds me of that movie, Guardians of the Galaxy, where you have Rocket, you know, the little raccoon, and he's got Groot to back him up, and you know, Groot is very powerful, and Rocket can get away with provoking anyone. And it's much like Estonia, and it's a little bit like Israel. And Israel, of course, it's a lot bigger. The United States government loves Israel far more than they love anything in the United States. I mean, all of you have been seeing that. You know, and you thought they loved Ukraine, they're giving all these weapons to Ukraine because, you know, they want to dominate Russia, they want to get the resources. It's like, oh, nothing personal, we just want to steal all your resources, we want to control you, we want to control the world. You know, that's what the United States thinks. So, you know, and you even heard Lindsey Graham talking about getting the Donbass. We get trillions, we can get this and we can get that. And I've already mentioned before, you know, Germany wants the lithium, Germany wants the nuclear power because they shut down their nuclear power plants and things like that. So everybody, it's all about money. And it's all about those that control the money. And it's like Israel. And I mentioned the last video, you know, that it might be the beginning of World War III. But we hope not. And it's like, well, who's guiding this? And it might be, I'm not saying it is, but there's a very good chance it might be somebody like the Rothschilds. And if you remember, I don't know what her name was, Madame Rothschild anyway, at one time, she said, like, what was it? If my sons didn't want there to be war, there would be no war. So it's sort of like saying they control the war. And of course, that's how they made their big fortune, of course, and became the wealthiest people on earth. You know, and if you're talking about Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk or Carlos Slim or something like that, but the Rothschilds, they don't tell you how much money they have. A lot of people put it at 10 times more than whoever they're designating at any time as the richest people in the world. But when you're thinking about what's going on with what's going on in the Middle East and Israel bombing all these countries, and they just seem to want to, you know, once in a while they get around to bombing Syria whenever they feel like it, even though Syria hasn't done anything. And sometimes there's somebody from Iran in there, and you know, some operative or general or something, and then they bomb them. And Israel doesn't care if they're killing thousands of civilians along with it. And it's a lot different, of course, with Iran and a lot of these other people. What they don't tell you, and like I mentioned that in the last video as well, that a lot of the Muslim people, they don't like to kill innocent people. That's very much against their religion. And apparently it's not against the religion of those in Israel. And I don't know if they even have a religion. If you read this book by Way of Deception, who was a former Mossad agent, Victor something ski, and he will reveal in there that these people, they don't follow any moral values. A lot of these people that run Israel. It's as if they don't have any religion, really, or they have their religion of Satanism or something like that. I mean, this is some really sick stuff going on in the world, boy. And so what's going to happen? What's going to happen, you know, next? What's going to happen next? Look at... Remember that not too long ago, even just a few days ago, we'll just talk about that first. A few days ago, Russia, I guess, finalized that they are updating their nuclear posture, their policy of when they can and maybe cannot use nuclear weapons. But then, if you go back like maybe a month, maybe it's even just weeks, Sometimes I lose track of time, but Russia made a common defense pact with Iran. And I don't know what's entailed in that, because now Iran struck back against Israel for what Israel is doing, not only to certain and particular Iranians, but also to the Lebanese and to the Palestinians and all that. And it shows that these people have a common bond. Like they're our people, and you're killing our people, innocent people. And maybe Israel knows very well what they're doing, and they're killing primarily children. And then next on the list would be the women, and then innocent people. And very few militants actually do get killed compared to how many innocent people they kill. Muslims are strictly against this sort of thing. They won't do that. But as you see, last night, Iran bombed at least a major airfield in Israel, and maybe other places as well. If you saw the footage, there's a lot of bombs coming in, and apparently they might have intercepted 20% of them, so 80% of them apparently got through. And what they hit, I don't know. Israel's going to be mum on that, and but they said, "Oh, we're going to retaliate," and you have to worry: are they going to use nuclear weapons? And Israel doesn't seem to care. They don't seem to care. They don't follow any rules. They don't follow any morals. It's very sick, and maybe that has been part of the consideration that Iran has been having in their head the whole time. But this time, I think they're just going too far by just massacring so many people and bombing and just killing with impunity. And of course, the United States, ceasefire. But behind the scenes, everybody knows, and it's already been put out, the United States is in full approval of all this. It's full approval. If not, they might even be directing it. And of course, they're overjoyed. They're overjoyed when Israel, killed Nasrallah or anybody. So, yeah, don't be fooled about what you hear from these politicians. It's what they do that's far more important. And while the war was going on, as I mentioned, in Ukraine, and then it started in Israel, and United States was saying, "Oh, we don't have any bombs to give to Ukraine anymore. Oh, we're running out, so we have to give them cluster weapons, which kills mostly civilians." And then when the war started in Israel, all of a sudden the United States came up with huge amounts of bombs, hundreds of thousands of dollars of bombs that they were shipping to Israel, and even far more devastating. We're talking like bunker buster sort of things. And apparently, I said last time that they bombed Nasrallah, and it looks like by some reports, I don't even know if this could be true, but that they dropped 80 bombs in that small area, of the most powerful bombs. And I guess the hole goes very deep, and he wasn't killed by shrapnel, he was killed by the power of the blast, Nasrallah and other people that were down there. But yes, what I'm saying, you got to be a little bit worried. This common defense pact between Israel and Russia, I don't know if anybody's really mentioned that. Maybe today, by the time I upload this, some people would have mentioned it. Who knows what's going to happen in today anyway. Israel promised to retaliate. I'll tell you what, the best way is to do it with something face-saving instead of trying to escalate, because then you might just get Iran using full power, and Ansar Allah, the Houthis from Yemen, also using full power. You might even get Turkey involved. You might get Syria involved, because Israel is clearly conducting crimes against humanity, and the USA just plays like God. We don't see that man behind the curtain. It's some terrible stuff, people. And I'd like to also say one reason why do I do these videos. It's not like I'm trying to get any money. I don't. It's sort of like a lot of you that watch this video, a lot of you out there, it's not like, I don't know, it's not like you can't get a lot of this information somewhere else, and I'm not as good as a lot of these other people that present this information. At least I don't think I am. But I do this because I want to free myself from all these troubles, and I have classes, and I want to concentrate a lot better on classes, and so I try to, I don't know, get this off my chest, I guess is a major reason why I'm doing these videos. And I don't hope to, and it's not my goal, to get a lot of money. A lot of people do YouTube videos for money, and that's some reason they do it, but I don't know. I'm just doing this because I'm bothered. I guess. I'm a troubled person. And there's an artist, I think he sees a lot of my videos all the time, and he hasn't been creative for 3 years, he said. I was surprised in one video. And he said it's a battle between perception and creativity. When your perception is great, your creativity is down. And maybe it's sort of a balance, you know, from one side to the other. But he makes videos, and practically nobody watches these videos. And it's like, I'm shocked. This is 0 views. And it's like, what? But, you know, the guy's quite wise, and he's really in touch, you know, with humanity and you know, and perception and things like that. So I guess he's very perceptive. But what he doesn't realize, when he's making these videos, he's doing it also to free himself. So that is a form of creativity. So this Scandinavian, I don't want to get his name wrong, Jan Martin, I believe. He's got like Jan Martin, 3 names, I don't know. Maybe he'll make a comment. He has in the past, a long time ago. And I watch his videos whenever I get notifications. If you're watching this, you are being creative, you know, even just by putting up videos. So, and any of you out there, I tell you, I don't know, how do you deal with all this crap going on? And it's like wondering if there's going to be a World War III and watching humanity just go down the toilet. Sickening. Anyway, I better get going and get to class. I've been so grateful that there's nobody right here. I'm below Victory Square, as I said, and I guess at one point in time it used to be called Circle Square. As you see, the metro area, it's round. You see it rounding off in this direction and rounding off in that direction. Circle Square or Round Square. Wait a minute. What do the geometrists think of that? Circle Square. Anyway, I'm going to get going to class, and thanks for joining me, and I'll see you for the next one. Bye-bye.